Hello. So in this video, I want to show you a very simple trick that you can also include in searchable dynamic drop-down list. You have seen other videos. There's a lovely video by Leila that shows how to implement searchable lists of this type. For instance, I have this list of health facilities across all the states in Nigeria here, I guess, and I want to be able to pick out particular ones here as I may so wish. For instance, I want facilities that are general hospitals, so I can just type gen here, and then I'll have a list of all the general hospitals from that list, and I can select one. And of course, I've put an XLOOKUP formula here or function that returns the state where the facility is located. So I can also just type pri here or primary or as the case may be, and then have the list of primary health facilities across board. And I'm able to select that. Another example, I'm able to do this and I see all the dispensaries and I'll select that. A second thing I also like to show in this video is how to implement for instance, if I have the list of facilities, I can also search them by state. For instance, I can have Oyo here, and then I have the list of all the facilities in Oyo, and I can just select one of them. I can type Abia, I have the list of all the facilities in Abia. Select one of them. Can have the examples, let's say FCT, and I have all the facilities in the LCT from that list and select one of them. So how do I implement this? So let's get to work and see how this can be done in Excel. So the first thing I need to do is just take out all the validation rules here, let them and say, okay, all right, so we're good. So for the first one, how do I implement the searchable drop down over multiple rows? So the first thing, like we have seen in other videos, let me start with this and just type, let's say gen here. I'll say search. I'm searching for this in the list. This is a table. I'm referring to this table facility. Okay, and then it gives me numbers of facilities that have this string JGN in the text. For instance, I have it's here, and then in all the other ones too. So, and the next thing I'll need to do now is just add a little tweak so that I have them as true and false. I'll say it's number, and that takes care of it. Everything becomes true or false. So to now pick out all the facilities that are true, that means that have this string in them. I'll need a filter function. Okay, it's here. So I'll say filter. All right, so filter this list of facilities. Okay, it's number. All right, so if it's empty, just say not listed. Okay, and then bam, I have the list of all the facilities that general hospital. The same way I can change this to this, and then every facility that's a dispensary, I'm able to find them in the list. So the next thing I need to do now is to add this to my drop down here. Okay, so I'll do that. I'll just bring this here as list. And I'll come here and point to the dynamic array. And don't forget to add the display function there too. Okay, and I say okay. So with that, I'm able to see all the dispensaries, and so on and so forth. I'm able to pick dispensaries across board. But now I'm not able to type here and get anything. Okay, first thing, let me switch off this error message I'm getting here. So I'll just select all of that and come here, pick this and say error alert. Show error alert after invalid data is entered. Switch that off and say okay. Right, let me try again. So if I say display, okay, I'm getting the dispensaries. What if I have general hospital? Okay, I'm not getting general, I'm just getting this, right? So how do I implement it such that I'm able to get what I want here? So the little trick we add is index and match that gives me the last non-blank cell in this list. The last non-blank cell in this list is what that is going to give me. So let me just show you how that works. All right, so I can say index this. Okay, and then say match. Let me look for 0 in this. I'm saying this is 0. Okay, and then less than. Okay, and then for the match index function, column is just one column, so I don't need to return that, and I'll say, bam, I have gen. So if after this, after set for gen, I have another thing like say, let's say I come with pry this time. So the last non-blank cell now is the pry. So this formula is what I'm going to use to now, I'm going to add to this so that this becomes dynamic, because this is static now. That's why what I have in my list is still displaying all the dispensaries. Okay, so just bring this here, copy that. Okay, and then I'll bring it in here. All right, so this will refer to this, okay, and definitely just copy this and bring it here. Great, and that's it. So it's showing me now that the last thing I have is a prime, and if I let's just do it gently. Okay, I have Jane here, so it gives me the list of all the general hospitals. Okay, so I can also search for primary health hospitals, and of course I have all the primary health hospitals in here. I can search in the list. Okay, I think one more thing I need to do is to sort them. Let me just add, let's see, okay, so let's just sort them. So I'll just say sort, was in descending order, so I'll use the default. Great, it sorts them in descending order. All right, so great. What I have here is now more arranged. So I have the Buhari dispensary and so on and so forth. So that's how we implement that in this list. So the second one is quite similar to this also. So instead of searching by a text string of which is part of this list, I can also type the name of the state where the facility is located, like say FCT, and then it gives me the list of all the facilities in LCT. So how do I implement that? Let me also clean this off. So clear off. It's quite similar to the first one that we did, very, very similar. So I'll use this part for that. Okay. All right, I'll use this part for that. So I'll just take that off. So I'll take this off also. So quite similar. So let me start with say FCT, and then I'll say that state or to FCT. That's all I need to put. And then it gives me this. False, 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 false. And then some true. Great. So these are true. So I have FCT here. Okay. So this is quite more straightforward. So all I need to do now is just add my filter. Okay. I'm going to filter for list of facilities. Okay. For which we have the FCT. And then if blank, just say not listed. Okay. Bang. And this, the filter function just searches for that and gives me all the facilities that are from the FCT. So just go to add the sort. Okay. All right. So they are sorted. So if, for instance, I have Oyo here, it gives me the list of all the facilities in Oyo State from this table, sorted in alphabetical order. So just like we did for the other one, I can first add data validation to this. list, and then I'll point to the dynamic array, and let me avoid the error alert once and for all. Say okay. Right, so agent and widow, etc. So I want to be able to put Oyo here and have facilities on Oyo. I want to be able to put FCT here. I have FCT facility, but it's still giving me the facilities in Oyo because what I have here is Oyo up here. So just as we did, I'll need a formula to just give me the last non-blank cell in this array. So I just copy from what I did here. Let's just try it and see what it tells us. Okay, so just adjust that. Okay, that's 18. Great. So I have FCT. So that's the formula I'm going to use again for this one here. So just put that here. And then like we did the other time. This. Okay, can just copy that and put it here. Transition equal to blank. All right, and then that settles it. All right, so if I have this now, if I type FCT, I have all the facilities from FCT, Caro, etc. Okay, if I type Quara here, I have all the facilities from Quara State listed here. Right, if I have one more state, say Nasarawa, okay, I can get all the facilities in Nasarawa listed here. So that is how you implement the dynamic dynamic arrays to be able to search, implement the search drop-down list, instead of having to have multiple drop-down. This one is the way you can have the search drop-down list. And of course, like I did here, this picks the LJ, the XLOOKUP picks the LJ from this table. So if you have any comments, please can put them in the comments below. Thank you.